Southwest Airlines issues $3.2 billion in debt. And in this episode, we're going to talk about what does it mean when a company issues debt and why airline companies lost their lift. You know, that lift that we saw, everybody was hot on airlines, including myself. Everybody was looking at airlines and when they went down and looking at a great buying opportunity. But as of the last couple of weeks or last couple of months, you've seen airlines kind of stagnate and they kind of lost their zap with going into the public media. But anyway, we're going to get into all that in this episode. We're going to talk about what does this issue in debt means, how the airline stocks lost their lift, all of the great stuff. But let's get to it. But first,
hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, hit that like, comment, and share button.
once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, you're now tuned into the Investors Show. As always, this is your gracious host, the Prince of Investing, Prince Dykes, coming to you guys and girls live all the way from the beautiful city and state of Denver, Colorado. Don't forget that like, subscribe, comment, and share button. And as always, I don't have a lot of time. I definitely know you guys and girls don't have a lot of time. So we're going to jump straight into it. So as you guys and girls can see, today's episode, I have Southwest Airlines. This is a report, SEC filings. I didn't get the title of this report. It's just a prospective supplement, statement. Just an announcement of them issuing debt. This came out on, the SEC website. The Southwest Airlines filed this with the SEC. And the reason why I say always pay attention to SEC filings, because if you lie on the SEC filings, that's a that's breaking federal law. So it's the best information, but not the best, the most accurate information you're going to get directly from a company, not some other media outlet of, hey, he said, this what I said, this what I heard. So for the people that can watch it, that's catching this on the video content, you see this file pulled up in front of me. For the people who's catching this over the airways, just walk with me through this. So this came out yesterday, July 28th, and they put another one out on the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. But this is Southwest Airlines. Pretty much what they're doing, they're saying, hey, we're going to issue debt, right? Issuing debt is selling bonds, right? They're going to sell bonds. They're looking to raise some money and they're going to pay you back with interest. And it's called a bond. So when I say issuing debt is pretty much selling bonds, right? So what they're doing is they're asking the public for money. Right now, the airlines are going through a hard time. And to get through this hard time, what companies are relying to do is they're selling debt, right? So let's look at some of the stipulations on this debt here. You have two bonds they're issuing 5.25% and 5.125%. The 5.25% note matures in 5 years, right? 2025. And the second one they're issuing matures in 2027. So let's scroll down here a little bit here and let's look at the offering, right? So, and we're going to talk about the risk that's also when you're issuing debt. So, some investors, you can buy bonds. They're issuing bonds. When they issue debt, they're looking to raise about, I think, altogether like 3.2 billion. Altogether, let me double check my paperwork here. What I know, I got it written down when I read through this report. The first bond for 2020, they're looking to raise 1.25 billion, and for the 2027, they're looking to raise about 1.3 billion. So yeah, they're looking at about 2.5 billion. They're looking to raise in debt. So they're pretty much saying, hey, let us borrow some money, and you can see it right here. The first one that is due in 2025 is they're gonna pay you back 5.25% interest per year for the 5 years for the 2025. And the ones that are due in 2027, they're going to issue 5.125% in debt, right? So the maturities, they have the maturity dates right here, which is May 4th of 2025. And the notes mature on June 5th, 2027. So they're issuing some debt. They're looking for ways to raise money right now. And this kind of goes into how the airline stocks kind of lost their lift. And what I mean by lost their lift, airline stocks was running and dominating the headlines and all that other great stuff. Now, if y'all remember, everybody should know if you tune into the show why September 30th. September 30th is a big day. Why September 30th is a big day? September 30th is a big day because when they got the bailout from the CARES Act back in March, April timeframe, They could not do any furloughs. They could not lay anybody off until September 30th. Now with the second stimulus package, you're wondering, hey, are they going to issue a an extension, right? Um, are they going to issue an extension to the airline industry and to the travel industry? Why? And I'm going to, this kind of goes into why I believe they lost their lift, right? Lost lift. Hopefully I didn't spell that wrong for the people that's catching the video. But why did they lose the lift? When we walked into the whole COVID-19 in 2017, we heard about it in January. It really got real in March. Markets started tumbling in March. Here come the bailouts in April. When everybody saw the April bailouts coming, I really thought, I said, oh, this is kind of something that's going on that we'll probably have cleared up by the summertime. Airlines will be right in there for the summer, and airlines will be back. And airlines got beat up. The travel industry got beat up so bad because so many people stopped their travel, right? So when everybody saw this going down, everybody saw buying opportunities. Because they said by the summertime, or at least by the fall, people will be back flying. We're definitely going to start back flying. So hey, great buying opportunities, right? But what happened? What happened? The coronavirus, COVID-19, lasted longer than everybody anticipated. Here we are going on into August, and we're talking about a second stimulus package. We're talking about people are not traveling. We're seeing COVID-19 cases are rising. So I'm looking at this is definitely going into the fall, maybe into next summer. You're seeing stores are slowly reopening. The economy hasn't really opened back up, got into the full swing, and here we are going into the fall almost. So when everybody anticipated, think about it, that's why they used the date September 30th because we thought we'll be out of this by then. We thought the summertime we'll have a hot summer, hot travel, people be out back doing to whatever the case may be. But here we are in August, going into the fall. We have no vaccination. We don't know what we're going to do with schools. We still got travel bans, travel restrictions going on. We still got social distancing going on. Airlines are still trying to make it. So that's what made airlines appeal look dull. The rebound started to lose steam and momentum because now everybody said, "Hell, airlines have dropped 50% or whatever the case may be. This is a great time to buy them because they're going to jump back up and I can make my money back by the summertime." But now everybody's like, are they going to come back? How long are we going to be into this? Everybody's questioning what's going on right now. So what everybody's questioning is this is how they lost their lift. Airlines, they just released their earnings. The earnings wasn't as bad as everybody thought. They putting out good projections and they're saying, hey, we're not looking to get back into the steam of things until maybe next year. Now they're forcing people to lay off. They're laying off people. They're forcefully people. They're not laying off people. They're asking people to request to just lay off, retire, or whatever, just so they don't have to lay them off come September 30th. Because October 1st, they can do whatever they want to do. That new fiscal year, they can do whatever they want to do. They can lay off as many people. And Southwest Airlines and Delta were saying, hey, if we don't see our demand triple, we're going to be forced to lay people off. And this is why everybody's now concerned with, are they going to come back? Is it ever going to be the same? That's how they lost their lift. So in this video, I'm not going to get into how you can purchase the bonds, but Southwest Airlines have issued about two point, I think that's about 2.5. Did I get that right? Yeah, $2.5 billion worth of debt. I know I got for the people that's catching this live, I know I put on there 3.2. I don't know. I maybe miscalculated on that, but they're issuing $2.5 billion worth of debt in bonds, and they're going to pay you back 5% annually. The risk that goes with purchasing a bond is if what if a company defaults? What if Southwest Airlines disappears and go away and they can't repay their debt? That's the big risk with buying these bonds is that you may the credit risk. You got a credit risk of the company defaulting, right? A default and the credit risk of the company, right? So it may sound good that you can get a nice 5% return on the bond, but it's great, but it's not so good if the company can't pay you back. So if the company just disappears. So that's the risk with it, especially with airlines in a very uncertain time, losing their lift because nobody know when we're going to really take off. So if you look at earlier this year, airlines was the hot topic. They got hit the most, right? So anyway, that's going to conclude today's episode. I hope y'all got something out of that. Going to do a quick recap. We talked about Southwest Airlines issuing 2.5 billion dollars according to the SEC in debt, in bonds, and they're going to pay people back at 5% for, and they're going to mature in 2025 and 20. They're doing a 5 year and a 7 year bond issue, right? We talked about September 30th, why it's such a crucial day in the airline industry, and we talked about how this led to them losing their lift. They lost their lift. They lost their lift pretty much due to all of this stuff that's going on. Nobody knows. Everybody thought by the summertime that we'll kind of be back in the swing of things, and we're not. And it's getting dark and gloomier to we're like, maybe that's going to be it for 2020. We're going to have these travel bans. So airline stocks is not as hot right now. But anyway, I hope y'all got something out of this. Hope y'all take, notes on this. But anyway, my name is Prince Dykes. This is the Investor Show. And it's the next video podcast, cartoon, or whatever else crazy you see me do around the globe. Peace. Be safe. I'm out. Thank you.